Imagine for a moment that you have the power to influence someone's thoughts, to gently guide their mind to align with your desires without them ever knowing. What if I told you that this power is not only real but within your reach right now? Welcome to the world of Neville Goddard, where the mind is a limitless tool for shaping reality. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most intriguing questions. Can you change someone's mind, and more importantly, should you? By the end of this video, you'll understand how to apply Neville Goddard's teachings to influence not just your own life, but the lives of others. You'll learn practical techniques to manifest your desires through others and discover the ethical considerations that come with such power. But stay tuned until the very end, because I'll be revealing a profound secret that ties all these teachings together, something that could completely change the way you view influence and manifestation. To understand how you can influence someone's mind, we need to start with Neville Goddard's concept of thought transmission. Neville taught that thoughts are more than just private experiences. They are powerful, creative forces that can be transmitted to others. This isn't about reading minds or manipulating others. It's about understanding the fundamental connection between all consciousness. Imagine your thoughts as radio waves. When you think intensely about something or someone, you are broadcasting those thoughts into the universe. And just like a radio receiver picks up signals, others can receive and resonate with your thoughts, especially if they are in a state of receptivity. This process happens subconsciously, but it can have profound effects on how others perceive and react to you. Think about the last time you were thinking about someone, and out of the blue, they called or texted you. Was it a coincidence, or were your thoughts somehow transmitted to them? According to Neville, it's the latter. This phenomenon is at the heart of thought transmission, and it's the first step in understanding how you can influence someone's mind. Now, this might sound like a mystical concept, but there's more to it. Neville believed that everyone is connected through a shared consciousness. This means that by changing your own thoughts and assumptions, you can influence others without direct communication. But before we dive into how to use this power, we must first explore the ethical implications. It's one thing to understand that you can influence someone's mind, but it's another to consider whether you should. Neville Goddard's teachings emphasize the importance of love and harmony. Influencing someone's mind should never be about manipulation or control. Instead, it should be about aligning others with positive outcomes that benefit everyone involved. When using Neville's techniques, it's crucial to ask yourself, are my intentions pure? Will the outcome of my influence be beneficial for all parties? The universe operates on the principle of balance, and any attempt to disrupt this balance for selfish reasons can backfire. Therefore, the ethical use of this power is not just recommended, it's essential. Imagine you want someone to agree with you on an important decision. Instead of forcing your will upon them, Neville would suggest visualizing the desired outcome while feeling genuine love and respect for the other person. This approach not only influences them, but also creates a harmonious outcome that aligns with the greater good. By understanding and respecting the ethical considerations, you can use thought transmission not just to change someone's mind, but to do so in a way that uplifts and empowers everyone involved. One of Neville's key teachings is the law of assumption, which states that whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. If you assume that someone is open to your influence, then they will be. This doesn't mean you can control their thoughts directly, but rather that your assumptions create an energetic field that others will naturally align with. Let's say you want to change someone's mind about a particular issue. Instead of trying to argue or convince them, begin by assuming that they already agree with you. Visualize them expressing agreement and imagine how it feels when they align with your perspective. The more real you make this assumption, the more likely it is to manifest in your interactions with them. But here's the key: you must hold this assumption with confidence and consistency. Any doubt or fear will weaken the transmission of your thoughts. Neville taught that the subconscious mind accepts what you believe to be true, so the stronger your belief, the more powerful your influence. The law of assumption is not just about influencing others, it's about changing your own internal state to match the reality you wish to create. When you do this, the external world, including the people in it, naturally conforms to your new state of being. Now that you understand the principles behind thought transmission and the law of assumption, let's explore some practical techniques you can use to influence others. These techniques are not about control, but about creating harmony and alignment with your desired outcomes. Visualization. Start by vividly imagining the outcome you desire. If you want someone to agree with you, visualize them doing so with enthusiasm. Picture the conversation, the expressions on their face, and the positive feelings that result from their agreement. The more detailed and emotionally charged your visualization, the more effective it will be. Affirmations. Use affirmations to reinforce your assumptions. For example, if you want someone to see things your way, you might repeat the affirmation, "They are open to my ideas and see the value in them." Say this affirmation with conviction and belief. Mental conversations. Neville often spoke about having mental conversations with others. This involves imagining a conversation with the person you want to influence, where they express the thoughts and feelings you desire them to have. By rehearsing these conversations in your mind, you send powerful signals that can influence their subconscious. Feeling is the secret. Perhaps the most important aspect of these techniques is the feeling behind them. Neville emphasized that feeling is the secret to manifestation. When you feel as if the desired outcome is already true, you align your energy with that reality. This feeling is what transmits your thoughts and assumptions to others, making them more likely to resonate with and reflect them. These techniques are simple yet powerful. The more you practice them, the more natural they will become, and the more influence you will have over your interactions with others. One of the most compelling ways to understand the power of Neville's teachings is through personal stories and testimonies. These real-life examples demonstrate how others have successfully used thought transmission to change minds and create harmony in their lives. Consider the story of John, a businessman who was struggling to gain the support of his team for a new project. Despite his best efforts to persuade them, they were resistant and skeptical. Frustrated, John turned to Neville Goddard's teachings. He began visualizing his team members enthusiastically supporting the project and mentally rehearsed conversations where they expressed excitement about it. Over time, he noticed subtle shifts in their attitudes. They started asking more questions, showing more interest, and eventually they came on board with the project. John's success wasn't just about his persuasive skills, it was about the internal work he did to align his thoughts with the outcome he desired. Stories like John's illustrate that changing someone's mind is not about force or manipulation. It's about creating a state of alignment and resonance between your desires and their subconscious mind. When done correctly, it can lead to outcomes that benefit everyone involved. Even with the best intentions, you may encounter resistance when trying to influence someone's mind. This resistance can come from the other person, but it can also come from within yourself. Doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs can sabotage your efforts if not addressed. One of the most common forms of resistance is the fear of rejection or failure. You might worry that the other person won't respond to your influence or that they will react negatively. This fear can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where your doubts weaken your thought transmission and make rejection more likely. To overcome this, it's important to address these fears head-on. Start by identifying the specific doubts and fears you have about influencing someone's mind. Write them down and then challenge them. Are these fears based on past experiences, or are they simply assumptions? What evidence do you have that things will turn out differently this time? Once you've identified your fears, replace them with positive affirmations. For example, if you're afraid that someone won't listen to you, affirm that they are receptive to my ideas and respect my perspective. Repeat this affirmation until it becomes a natural part of your thought process. Another technique is to use meditation and mindfulness to calm your mind and reduce anxiety. When you're in a state of inner peace, your thought transmissions are more powerful and effective. Practice deep breathing, visualization, or other relaxation techniques to help you stay focused and confident. Finally, remember that resistance is a normal part of the process. It's not a sign that you're doing something wrong, it's simply an indication that you're pushing past old limitations. The key is to stay persistent and keep your focus on the outcome you desire. Over time, your persistence will pay off, and the resistance will begin to dissolve. Now, as we near the end of this journey, it's time to reveal the ultimate revelation that ties everything together. We've explored how you can influence someone's mind using Neville Goddard's teachings, but here's the mind-blowing truth. You don't just influence others, you create their response. Neville Goddard taught that you are the creator of your reality. This means that every interaction, every response, and every outcome is a reflection of your inner state. When you change your assumptions, beliefs, and feelings, you don't just influence others, you create a new version of them that aligns with your desired reality. Imagine for a moment that reality is a mirror. When you smile into the mirror, it smiles back at you. When you frown, the reflection frowns. In the same way, the people in your life are reflecting your inner state back to you. If someone is ignoring you or resisting your influence, it's because you're projecting that energy onto them. But here's the exciting part: you have the power to change this reflection. By changing your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions, you can create a new version of the other person, one that is receptive, supportive, and aligned with your desires. This is not about controlling them, it's about aligning yourself with a reality where they naturally respond in the way you want. When you fully grasp this truth, you realize that the power to change someone's mind doesn't lie in them, it lies in you. You are the creator of your world, and by changing within, you change everything around you. So as you leave this video, remember this: you have the power to influence not just others, but the entire fabric of reality. By mastering your thoughts, feelings, and assumptions, you can create a world that reflects your deepest desires. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into Neville Goddard's teachings on influencing others. I hope you found these insights not only fascinating but also empowering. Remember, the power to change someone's mind starts with changing yourself. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you what resonated with you the most. Have you ever tried to influence someone's mind using these techniques? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation. Until next time, keep believing, keep creating, and remember, you are the master of your reality.